So are we all here?
Brian, we're learning how to make a fruit salad.
Why?
Hello, and welcome to the Toku Takeout, your podcast for LBR Rangers. Now, if we can quiet down, we can begin.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Toku Takeout. Let me just begin by apologizing for the previous episode. Please, if you're listening, do not try to do the Beetleborgs drinking game. It is a terrible idea, and I realize that now.
Well, if you do, at least try to do it with, something like beer.
Do it with beer, don't do it with hard liquor, because Brian passed out towards the end of it and was vomiting.
Yes, Wall passed out. So here with us today we have Dustin, Jason, Lisa, and Toby. In that order, speak now. Go.
I forgot who the first one was.
Dustin. I always go alphabetical somewhat.
Hi.
D-J-L-T. That's the alphabet.
I like LGBT.
Dustin said hi. Jason was talking. Lisa was talking. Toby, did you speak?
Maybe. No.
Perfect. No. Perfect. Okay, everybody's here.
My underwear has holes in it, and I don't know why.
Well, primarily for your legs to go through.
Oh, that's why they're there.
Let's start with geeky things. Do you guys know of a website called Shapeways?
Yes, I have actually.
Is that where we get shapes from?
Yeah, in a sense, it's a 3D printing company where you can order things and they will be printed in 3D and then sent to your home or place of residence.
I've heard of it. I haven't really checked it out.
I have been checking it out nearly constantly for the past month and finally ordered some shit.
Can I do printings of dicks?
The thing is, I ordered something, I wanted it in black, and looking at the order just seconds after I put it through, I realized that it was in white. So I went back and canceled that order, and then put in an order for the black one, which was slightly more expensive. But apparently their cancellation service doesn't really give you a full refund when you cancel, it just gives you store credit. So I ordered something else, and now I still have $6 left. I don't know what to spend it on.
Try to get one of those 3D there's a bunch of 3D puzzles.
Yeah, most of them are more than $6.
Brian. Penis. Penis.
And everyone goes quiet.
I'm trying to figure out why he's saying this.
Because it's Jason.
Pretty much.
In the end, it turns out he's a penis.
I don't know if I want to do this podcast anymore, guys.
Speaking of penises, we're going to be watching Power Ranger Samurai.
There are more people that need to do their geeky thing, Jason. This is why you're not the host.
I was the host last night when you were fucking drunk.
It's Dustin's turn.
Don't you mean last week?
Technically.
Technically, yes, but technically, no.
It feels like it was only yesterday. I'm still hungover, guys.
Anyways.
We've already broken the fourth wall.
I live on the edge of the fourth wall. I don't know what you guys talking about.
I live on top of the fourth wall where bad comics burn.
I live on the edge of glory.
Okay, my geeky thing. Wait, what were we talking about again?
Your geeky thing.
Anal fuck with big black 18-inch dick.
Oh yeah, now I remember what it is. I was finally got it.
Wow. That reminded you what your geeky thing was, Dustin?
Yes.
I'm just going to hold my finger over the delete.
I was actually started playing True Crime Streets of LA.
Oh.
That game is fun. Have you played Sleeping Dogs yet?
No, my computer can't run it.
Get it for the Xbox.
I don't have an Xbox.
Get it for the Xbox One.
But seriously though, True Crime Streets of LA. That game is better than it has any business being.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a GTA clone, except it's actually based on a whole book series. Sleeping Dogs is actually much better, believe it or not, and it's based on the sequel to True Crime.
But does it have walking in it?
It does not have walk-in, no. The sequel is pretty good, True Crime Streets of New York. They actually did the entire island of Manhattan in there, much like how they did in Spider-Man, Spider-Man the movie video game.
The second one?
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game too. But yeah,
It was fun.
yes, both of these are really good games, and we mentioned a lot of good games, except maybe New York, the True Crime New York.
No, the New
That's
York
kinda
one's
bad.
not bad. It's the thing with the New York one is that it's weird that you're playing as Red Man.
The rapper?
Yeah, you're playing as the rapper Red Man throughout the entire thing. It's not. He's supposed to be an undercover police officer, but basically it's Red Man. That's who you're playing as, and it's based on the same series too.
I'll have to check this out. I'll have to check
Yeah.
out the second, but I have played the first one, and it's pretty good. And if you can find it, I suggest giving it a try. It's, for being what started out as a GTA clone, it went some very interesting places.
Speaking of interesting places, Lisa, what was your kiki thing? Ha! An actual segue.
That was actually a
Except-
pretty good segue.
Hooray!
Zuh!
Right now I'm actually.
Except shit, J comes after D.
Yeah,
Mm.
except you fucked it up, and
That's fine.
It would have been such a good segue too.
It was still a good segue. You did a good job for being hungover.
yeah, fucking drunk
Brian,
bastard.
you get a gold star for effort.
You
I'll draw you
tried.
one later. I'll even draw you one later.
Hooray!
I'll put it over my crotch.
My head hurts.
I don't want anything of mine going near your crotch.
Oh yes, you do,
Oh no, I don't.
monkey.
Jason,
Monkey. What?
Anyways,
Jason and Lisa, you should do your kiki things at the same time.
fuck that.
I got a loot crate today. I know. I actually
Finally?
got the. Well, no, I get one every month. I was supposed to do a video of one last month, but I did it, but I never uploaded it.
Oh, I know what that is. Miss Rose and I was
told
talking
you to sign
about
up
it.
for it. I got one. The theme for this month was equip, and I got inside of it. I got a what's it called? I got a towel that says "Keep calm and don't forget your towel." I got it came with an origami Iron Man Mark 17 armor from the new Iron Man 3 movie.
Ooh.
It came with Mine came. It's supposed to come with a DC character, but mine came with Green Lantern, like a mini action figure sort of model thing. It came with a question mark box from the Mario Brothers game with the sour coins inside of it.
Ooh.
A ninja. I'm not even done mentioning everything that I got with it. I got a cord untangler for your headphones, which is in the shape of a ninja. I got a bunch of stickers of eyes and stuff. What else was there? There was a year subscription to a Nintendo magazine.
Nice.
It's specifically made for iOS and Android. It's like Power Up Nintendo. It's made by former Nintendo Power writers, I think. I got a Loot Crate card. There's like a ton of shit I got in this thing. And it only costs $13.37 a month, and I will
that's it?
give you... Yeah, well, plus shipping and handling, which is like $6. So it's under $20. Oh yeah, and it also came with a bow tie, a Space Invaders bow tie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it came with all this shit that's just well worth over $20. I don't have the discount code, but there's a discount code if you guys want to sign up for it. I can get you 10% off of per month. But yeah, there's an actual
yeah, we'll
code
talk about that later.
I'll put it up, and then we can put it on the we can put it in the show description.
Somebody should remind me when I put up this episode.
Okay. And so, Lisa, what did you do?
Right now I am drawing an anime girl for a voucher I'm going to be submitting for this
Now, real quick, for those who don't know, what is anime?
You're joking, right?
Bitch,
No,
I look like Goku.
Okay, Japanese animation.
Oh.
Japanime.
So, like, do they have their own version of SpongeBob?
No, but they do have their own version of Powerpuff
Yes,
Girls.
no, they do have their own version of SpongeBob. It's called Erotsuka Doji.
Oh, well, okay.
It's great. Just Google it. It's the best SpongeBob cartoon ever.
Okay. I'll have to take your word for it. I haven't seen it myself.
With the way
There's another
Dustin's
one called-
laughing, I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that
There's
now.
this other one. It's
No,
great.
you
It's a
don't.
wonderful version of the very famous Bugs Bunny cartoons. It's called Bible Black.
I know, I have actually seen that one.
It's great. All the fudge pudding.
Oh my god, I just realized what it was you were talking about. No. No. Hell no. No.
These giant tentacle dicks.
I am not watching Legend of the Overfiend. MC Chris warned me about that.
Oh, he did?
Well, in a song, in one of his skit things that he did with on a...
I'm friends with a guy who's... Oh, guy. I'm friends with a girl who used to be his manager.
Oh. Nice.
We dated for a little bit. It was fun.
I wish I had known of that skit, but no, I learned a bit.
You learned too late.
And tentacle dicks.
Perfect.
I'm wonderful.
No, if it were just the tentacles, it'd be fine. No. That's not the worst part.
About that. My favorite thing about that whole anime is that lasers shot out of these giant dicks that popped out of this guy's stomach.
You know what, that was... I could not stop laughing when I saw that.
And then that's actually Legend of the Overfiend 3 when he's shooting all the lasers out of his dick. And of course, the president...
I don't care what it's called, it's just hilarious.
I think my favorite part about the third one is that the president of the United States is in a space station orbiting the Earth, and he turns into this weird monster who fucks things with his eye dick. Like a dick that pops out of his eyeball.
I do not remember that. I might have been high when I saw that.
Lisa.
Nice.
Okay, this was years
getting
ago.
high on drug marijuana is not good.
Stop injecting the marijuana and stop smoking the cocaine.
I have stopped doing both.
You should stop tying your arm off with like a rubber band and injecting the boiled marijuana leaves.
I don't do that anymore, guys, seriously. I've moved on to Starburst.
Oh. Is that what the kids are calling it now?
No, I mean actual Starburst.
Free-based
Like the candy.
Starburst.
Yeah.
How's it?
It was a Tosh.0 reference.
I don't understand references.
I don't know what Tosh.0 is.
Daniel
What's
Tosh. Moving
Is he
on.
good, but shittier?
Moving on.
Okay.
I'm also, after this podcast is over, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Alan Wake.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that last week.
So, Toby, what are you doing?
I like how Jason has become the
well-
new host.
Well, my geeky thing this week was I saw Star Trek Into Darkness.
Was it funny?
Yeah,
Were there monkeys?
probably.
Was it racist?
Now,
little
for
bit.
those who don't know, what is a Star Trek?
A
It's
Star
this
Trek.
television show that takes place in space and is entirely about pissing off people with an android.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've summed up all of Star Trek.
I might have to look into this now.
But yeah, it's the second of the reboot movies, and I liked it until like the last 30 minutes. And then I got really pissed off and wanted to leave.
See, the last 30 minutes are when
don't.
Captain Picard shows up and he's just like dancing. And then it turns out at the end, Iron Man was really the Iron Mexican, and he's played by George Lopez.
I'm very confused.
Oh yeah, it was about time for our George Lopez joke of the night.
George.
Number one.
I should add like a George Lopez like little interlude. Like that's going to be a new segment for the show.
Well,
Jason's George Lopez joke of the episode.
What we should do is play that episode in which, on the George Lopez show, when they have these mariachis, and George Lopez makes the mariachis play Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
You should do that.
I'm not going to do that. Until you get I'm not going to do that.
I'll touch you.
You already touch me in places that I wish you wouldn't.
I'll put my hand in your pants.
Speaking about inappropriate touching, Toby, what have you been up to?
I just said that.
Saying that.
I literally just said that.
He just said what he was doing.
Dustin, I don't think that you listen to your other podcast.
I don't listen to myself.
He really doesn't.
Well, good thing you weren't talking and Toby was.
Yeah, that was my geeky thing of the week, I guess.
Speaking of thing, I guess, we have Power Rangers Samurai to watch.
Brian, you
that sure is a thing, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Brian, tell us what you did this week. What did you do
this week? I was talking about Shape Ways. B comes first in the alphabet, according to me.
You didn't talk about how drunk you got.
No, that was last week.
No, that was last night.
You've broken the fourth wall, Jason.
I live atop the fourth wall.
Speaking of references to things...
No, speaking of Power Rangers...
Speaking of punk...
Hey, speaking of Linkara, you know, he has this great thing called History of Power Rangers, and we're gonna be watching Power Rangers. It's called Power Rangers Samurai. It's an option.
We're gonna be feeling more pain tonight, aren't we?
Yes. Let me kind of give you a little bit of backstory here. Alright?
Yeah, Dustin can tell us the whole backstory behind Power Rangers Samurai.
Chan para.
No.
Okay, Brian, I got this. Because you tried explaining it Okay.
He tried explaining it drunk when we tried to record an episode last night, and it came out like, God damn it, and they're always just, always sitting on their porches, and then he started being racist out of nowhere.
For those of you who don't know, what is a Power Ranger?
This is your new thing, isn't it?
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, this is Brian's new thing.
For those at home who might be listening and don't know, what is a podcast?
Here's what it is. Get out of your rock and actually talk to people.
Well, no, we're aiming at the demographic that normally wants to go back under the rock.
I love my rock. It's great.
Okay.
So yeah, there was this Sentai show called Shinkenger, and a lot of people thought, well, it's never going to be translated to America because their helmets are covered in like Japanese lettering, and the entire thing is based on like Japanese culture.
But and wait, and at the same time, Disney had basically said that they weren't going to be making any more Power Rangers series, and it started re-releasing the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, poorly edited with very cheesy special effects added in.
And by cheesy special effects, we mean like graphics that were drawn in Microsoft Paint of like comic book things.
Yeah.
So basically, they made a director's cut of the Warriors, where randomly here's some comic book shit that no one ever wanted and doesn't make any sense in context to the movie.
Eventually, we have to do an episode of that version of Power Rangers. No, of Power Rangers.
Well, we should watch the Warriors sometime, just because it's fucking awesome.
For those at home who don't know, what are the Warriors? Who are they?
It is a movie that is about gangs in New York, and one of them they escape from the Bronx and they have to get to Coney Island, and it's based on Greek mythology.
And we'll think about it, but getting back to what I was saying.
And they beat
shortly
people up.
After about I'd say about 12 or 13 episodes aired, basically Haim Saban bought back Power Rangers and all. Basically everything Saban had did back in the day, they bought back from Disney.
You mean
for $3 and half a sandwich.
I think it's for...
I'll give you half a sandwich for all of these arts assets. Yeah, okay.
And then shortly after that, they announced Power Rangers Samurai. complete, and the helmets were still, as they were, I think.
Well, you're not going to change the helmets.
And what we got was basically a shot-for-shot remake of Shikenja, but with very bad
poorly
racist.
added comic relief.
But highly, highly racist.
What is with you and racism? Do you need to go sit in the punishment room again?
I need to sit in
Toby,
the racism
you don't. Toby.
What?
Bulk and Spike are probably the only reason I can stand to watch this show.
I disagree.
Holy crap, they're in this?
Who is
Well,
Spike?
not Bulk.
You didn't know that Bulk and Spike were in this?
Spike is Skull's nephew. That they
Son.
Yes.
Is Spike
yes.
a My Little
Spike
Pony?
is
Oh,
Skull's
okay.
son, so yes, Skull spawned.
Is Spike
Well,
My Little
obviously.
Pony?
No.
Yeah. Spike is also the dragon in My Little Pony. They're the
Yeah.
same character.
Okay.
That actually
Spike is
might
the-
make this a little
In
bit
all
more
cases,
watchable.
Spike is the best pony.
Yes.
Especially
So anyway, because there was so much like Japanese source material that would never work for Western audiences, they took all of the battles and everything and translated those properly, but as filler, they threw in more Bulk. They also wanted to try to appeal more to the Mighty Morphin G1ers, you know? They're like, Mighty Morphin was the only good Power Rangers, let's go back to that. And clearly...
And no
It
one
failed
said.
horribly.
Guys,
Clearly
the
it
greatest
works.
of all the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is Beetleborgs.
You know what? I
Actually-
have had that song stuck in my head all freaking day, and I haven't been able to get it out for anything.
Same
Brian.
here.
Brian, when you hear the word Beetleborg, do you start to gag a little in your mouth?
my head starts hurting.
Beetleborg.
Bad Beetleborgs.
Shut up, dude. I hear it bad. I heard the original version is bad enough, and that's what I have heard in my head all day. I'm not even joking.
We were mostly drunk
Can
by
we-
the end of
can
the
we watch
first
the-
episode song.
Let's go watch. Hey guys, let's go watch the episode now. We'll be back.
I'm all for
after
this
a little
idea.
bit.
I agree. Let's watch.
Intermission.
This part of the show was copyrighted. It was a song.
And we're back. We just came back from watching Power Rangers Samurai, the best Power Rangers season ever. Let's go around the room and talk about our favorite bits. I'll start with mine. My favorite part is that it was basically a shot-for-shot remake of Shinkenger, which is one of the best shows ever. And then we'll move on to
better than Knight Rider.
even better than Knight Rider, even better than the Weird Science TV show from the 80s.
I actually really love that show.
Well, Weird Science was not from the 80s. Weird Science was from the 90s.
It was
The movie
even
itself the movie was from the 80s.
The movie
show
from the
was
80s.
from-
He said series, and series was USA in the 90s, and that came on before my favorite television show. It came on after my favorite television show of all time, Tattooed
Dharma and
Teenage-
Greg.
No, Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills.
We already did that
Oh.
episode.
Airwolf.
Yes,
God,
I know.
that show.
It
Okay,
was great.
okay. I think it's. Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Anything's
Dustin.
possible if you really believe.
Why can't they act?
I thought the acting in this episode was okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking of the series in general.
Well, we only watched episode 1.
But I'm sorry. It's kind of like a personal issue of mine. Yes, it's a show for kids. Yes, it's Power Rangers. No, that does not give you the excuse that you can't act.
Dustin, you have to go closer to the mic.
I'm sorry.
I really enjoy editing the podcast and like highlighting every single one of Dustin's lines because they're always like really tiny squiggles as opposed to the giant squiggles. And I have to like boost them up manually. And then Dustin turns around and says, "Brian, I don't think you really edit too much of this. I mean, all you really do is just like
Okay,
nothing." Because you can put these episodes up within a day, and you don't really do too much editing, do you, Brian? I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'm never going to live that down, am I?
No.
Brian, your Facebook says out of alcohol, fueling sick.
What?
Moving on.
Okay, but okay. You're probably going to cut that part out, right?
No.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, why can't anyone in this show act? Well, none of... Okay, let me correct that. Why can't any of the Power Rangers, when they're out of suits, act?
Mm.
I thought the acting in this was actually pretty good.
I thought the acting was kind of clunky at times. Like, the Blue Ranger in the first episode was very loyal to the clan. He kept, like, bowing and everything. And
Well,
you
he
can...
keeps on bowing to his dad in this episode.
Yeah, they tried to force that into his character, even though it doesn't really make too much sense.
It also doesn't help that his father is also apparently the most ADR'd person in the entire history of television.
Well, I don't know. What about Dr. Sanchez from Dark Place?
I have no idea who Dr. Sanchez is, but I do know
You've
this.
never seen Dark Place?
I've never seen Dark
Garth
Place.
Marenghi's Dark Place.
I'm Dr. Sanchez.
Okay. Either way, they overdubbed him with a person's voice who was absolutely nothing like apparently what would ever come out of that man's mouth.
I think that's actually a big part of the acting problem, is they're trying really hard to cover their New Zealand accents.
And failing.
And it makes their delivery kind of off.
It is clear that they're putting on American accents, every single actor in the movie. Or the show, sorry.
Yeah.
And, of course, the little kids can't really do it, so when they have flashbacks, they're inexplicably
New Zealand accents, and then they go right back to English.
Do you want to be my friend?
Okay. To be my friend. I put another shrimp on the barbie. Oh, wait, that's a different island.
Jason Statham.
Poor Sheila.
Seriously, though. Hey, Jason, I think we're finally racist enough.
It's not racism. That's still technically white.
He's got a point. That is not technically that is not racist.
Technically, I am also only half white, so I'm only half being racist.
But we love you anyway.
I don't.
Oh.
I do.
Oh my.
Okay, but okay.
I just want to feel my hand.
But I've said my piece.
Jason, I want to work you like a puppet. Come over here. I'm just gonna shove my fist. Wait, what?
I suddenly feel awkward.
Okay. Jason, it's your turn.
Yes. I don't understand why you have a fucking problem with the show. It is amazing. I enjoyed every single action scene. It was choreographed perfectly. But then again, that could also just be the Japanese footage.
It is.
And when they got into I don't want to call them Zords. I want to call them spinning fucking discs. Because that's all they did in this episode was just spin around and hit things. Except for that monkey one, which like did a flip, and then it looked like it was going to fuck the guy, and then it fell down and turned into a square.
Yeah, that was all Japanese footage.
That stuff was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
It is.
And the character designs for the bad guys, every single one of them, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yes. That's, again, Japanese source material. It's when you start getting away from the Japanese source material that the problems start accruing, and they just
don't
keep
stop.
adding up. Yeah.
Believe in... No, wait.
But yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would have to say my main issue with this show is they didn't really adapt it too well.
Okay.
But I think I've said that again and again and again so far.
Yeah, you said it about 6 times. I believe it's somebody else's turn now.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody else, here's Jocelyn.
I just talked.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, you didn't. What do you think I was talking about?
My succulent. Here's Lisa.
Okay, I was loving the action scenes, but the moment the English speaker starts talking, all I can think is, shut up, because this is an awesome scene and you are ruining it for me. But I have to say, I want the Red Ranger sword. Especially when it goes into, I guess, hyper mode. I freaking want that sword. That thing is amazing. It would look great on my wall.
Yeah.
Other than that, is it wrong of me? I was half expecting for them to make the Yellow Ranger be the Asian girl again. Is that wrong with me?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm sorry.
Considering they were doing everything else like Mighty Morphin, not really.
Yeah, I mean, the theme song is pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, please don't tell me you guys are gonna go with the racist stereotypes like you did with the first one.
And yet you were disappointed when they didn't?
No, I was actually surprised. I was actually happily surprised when they didn't. But my God, they could have, regardless of what colors they gave each of them, they could have gotten better actors. I mean, really. Like it was said before, their accents kept slipping. It's like, and this is why we don't see you in anything anymore.
This is why. Okay.
Toby.
Hi.
My name is Toby!
I have a funny joke about that, but I'll tell you guys that later.
But, I do enjoy the action scenes. The action scenes are very, very well done. It's just ruined by really shit ADR work in the suits. And also, the villain for the episode, the individual henchman character whose name escapes me, that was really annoying.
Oh, his
design was awesome. His voice was annoying as all hell.
Yeah,
but
his design was great. It was.
Also, the putties have a weird-ass name. What was it again?
Nilots.
That totally sounds like a racist word.
It sounds better than
does.
In Megaforce, it's Moogers.
That is worse.
Yeah.
Brian, didn't you say something about the Moogers last night?
I have no memory of this. I have no memory of last night.
So, yeah, the acting bugs the crap out of me. And that's all I really have to say. Also,
I still don't see how the acting bugs you guys. It's par for the course when it comes to Power Rangers acting. I'll be honest.
No, they've done
pretty
way
much
better.
the
We've
same.
watched In Space and RPM. We've seen better acting.
We've seen much better acting.
To me, it's about the same. It is pretty
Right
much
now,
the
with
same
me,
to me.
the impression I got from this is that they didn't even really care. It's just money. It's just for the money nowadays. It's for the merchandise.
So, let's get this episode done quickly because we gotta shit out.
There was not one point in which the Power Rangers were not all about the merchandise.
No, it's just
at the beginning. But
at the beginning of Mighty Morphin, it was all about the merchandise.
Yes,
I was
but at
there
least
from the beginning.
yes, so was I. But here's the thing: at least they tried.
Not really.
Not really.
The acting in Mighty Morphin is at the beginning it's shaky, but it is a step up from this.
Yes, it is.
At the time, when they did Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the big thing for them was that they wanted to hire gymnasts because they wanted people to do flips and tricks and shit like that. So that's why, like, what's his name? The Blue Ranger guy. He was basically Billy.
Yost.
I was thinking more the actor's name, but okay.
David Yost.
Yeah, David Yost. He was a better known gymnast, so he did a lot of flips and stuff like that. It was mainly to showcase the flipping and stuff like that, but there's no point in which it wasn't there for the merchandise.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I know they pushed. I know they pushed the merchandise. Trust me, I had and I can't believe I'm admitting this. I had the Yellow Ranger gloves, the ones that when you push a certain button on the glove, it started making the sound effects from the show. I had one of those.
I have a question. If you had did you have a Yellow Ranger doll?
No, actually.
They're called action figures. Thank you very much.
No, they had a couple of plush dolls too.
There was a Yellow Ranger doll. Did it have an outline of a dick?
No, actually, I didn't get that one. I didn't really get any of the toys until the White Ranger came out.
My sister had a
crush.
doll, I think.
Well, no.
Such a freaking
racist.
Oh, there's a white one? I better buy that one.
Let me rephrase that. The Green Ranger. I thought Tommy was my first crush as a kid.
Let me rephrase that. I didn't buy any of the toys until
And my boyfriend is now facepalming.
I didn't buy any of the toys until I bought the African American Ranger.
To be fair, my first crush as a kid was Cheetor from
On a
Beast
minute.
Wars.
Ty, I was 6. Okay, cut me some slack.
Probably was pretty awesome though.
I don't know. I
Overrated.
still don't see what you guys' problem with this episode was.
This episode was amazing. However,
Yeah.
it's like we said earlier. When it starts getting to the more of the American actors out of the suits, that's when it
They're
really
not
starts
American.
to get bad.
They're not American. They're all from New Zealand.
Okay,
Well,
whatever. Not
All
my
of the
point.
Western footage.
They like to
Thank
call
you.
themselves African
Technically,
American.
that's still the East. It's New Zealand. It is technically the East.
when
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Although Saban is headquartered in, or their production studios are headquartered in Los Angeles, so
But the show
which is
was shot in
New Zealand, yes.
Alright, but moving on.
Also, this is the
What?
only episode where Jaden will have any personality.
Yeah.
Just letting you know that now. That after this, he's the stoic leader,
Oh,
and that's
Lord.
his only role.
I'm just disappointed that Decade never had an American version inside Power Rangers Samurai.
Yeah. I can understand that though.
So Decade was actually in Power Rangers Samurai?
Kind of.
Yeah.
There was a crossover between Shinkenger and Kamen Rider Decade. So there was a lot of footage of the Shinkenger suits, like, fighting alongside Kamen Rider Decade. But they never used it for American anything.
Guys, did you know that you can make soft serve ice cream with only a banana?
Oh, Lord.
Let's do our final words.
Banana.
Shinkenger.
Acting!
Shibari.
Explosions.
That's a show, folks.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Hi.
You have just listened to Toku Takeout, the podcast for LBR Rangers. If you would like to take some home with you, please subscribe or follow us at lbrrangers.tumblr.com. And don't forget to leave a comment or submit your own content. Goodbye.
And we're back. We just
And
watched
racist.
Oh, Lord.
And we're back. We just
And
came back.
racist.
Jason, I will go over there. I will fuck your mouth raw. I will come back here, sit down, and we will do this podcast right. And we're back.
And here.
God fucking... I'm gonna kill you.
He didn't say it, though. He just said, we're here and here. We're here and here. We're here and here. We're here and here. We're here and here.